Hello, superstars! I'm gonna show you today how to double your checks, your leadership commission checks. And this video is gonna help you bypass your continuing to doing the same thing and earning the same amount of money. So I'm going to show you first the value of your first generation and how much money and commissions you earn from your first generation. And I'm going to show you with my own report. So I'm going to take it out of it with my phone. This is me, okay? My name up here. And this is the yellow is my qualifications. So I'm an executive leader. My first generation earns 9%. My second earns me 3%. And then my third, 2%. And then my executive additional check, which is another 2%. All this plus car allowances. So I want you to look at the first generation. How much money I earned from my first generation? 2,493. Then my second is $535 plus my third is $300, and then my gold leader bonus, which is $310, for a total of $3,638 plus car allowances. I'm showing you this because a lot of you do not believe. Sometimes I'm taking it out from the computer, my phone. This is a real report. I'm on the website, and these are my earnings. I wanted to show you this because I want you to see how much more money I earned from my first generation. Over almost $3,000, 2,700 and change. What does that mean? That your first generation is your baby. How can you double your check? Let's say that you're making $1,000 every 2 weeks and that you have 20 team members on your first generation. Plus, of course, you have your second and your third generation, all of that. So you want to take what you have on your first generation and double that. If you have 20 people and you're making $200, then go for 40 people to make an additional 200. So you are going to be at $400. So basically, you're taking what you have now in active representatives orders and then doubling that. And that's going to guarantee your check. I proved this many, many times, and I have shown other representatives who have done it, and they have also doubled their checks. So why am I telling you this? Because a lot of you, and I see it every day, come and tell me how their team is not performing, how they don't like their earnings. When you don't like something, you do something about it. And my recommendation is for you to double what you have so that your checks can double and double it again. Work for you. I'm going to tell you, in this business, you as a leader, you are responsible to do your job as a leader, to help your team. However, when you don't have a team that it's ready to partner with you, or when you are a leader with many team members out of the area, then take charge and work for yourself. If you already know the earnings that I show you, that's going to double your checks and what you do, go for it. Why not? It takes time for a team member to say this is a business and stick to the business. So you're always going to have people who are going to come and go. However, when you find your superstar, take them by the hand and run with them. Show them the business. Give them the time that they need. If you are just recruiting and you are not seeing the activity that your team needs, then start recruiting for yourself. When I go out to do my own trainings and I take my own events and I take my team members, all the recruits go to them. So what happens when I go do my events? All the recruits go for me because I don't have a team member there. And even when I go to work with a team member, I have my own events where I want to recruit for myself because I have goals, and if I want to make money, I want to double my checks, then I know that I have to increase and develop my first generation. So you're gonna have ups and downs in your career. You're gonna, have fall downs. We've had a lot of changes on our district. We've had a lot of the representatives who, for personal situations, were not working like they used to, and that didn't affect us because I was out there doing my job as a leader. I was recruiting. I was finding new team members. I was doing my trainings online so that I can help my out of area teams. And I continue to do what I had to do as a leader, and my checks double. Also, I want you to know that it takes time for somebody to say, this is the business that I want to do. Once your team starts making money, then it's going to be easier for you to be able to earn more because that representative or those representatives have duplicated and they take charge of their own team and they do their own activity. Remember that you need 10 $100,000 earners to make $50,000 in commissions every 2 weeks. Find them, and you can't make anybody work. You just have to continue to lead by example, continue to do your job, and then eventually your team will be strong enough and you'll have the people that you need to grow to make $1 million in commissions every year with your Avon business. So I hope that all this inspires you so that you can run your business differently, so you can know that if you want to double your check, all you have to do is recruit more. Recruit for your first generation. Be out in the field. Lead by example. I buy leads from the company. However, I only buy 20 leads, 10 premium and 10 standards, because how am I going to tell one of my team members that I spent thousands of dollars buying leads? My system has to be duplicatable. And I buy the minimum because I want to show them that they can do the same thing too. It's $140 investment. For the standard leads, it's only $40. Since I buy the premium and the standard, for me it's $140. And I get online appointments. I get, leads that I can delegate to my team, and that keeps the cycle going. However, I do a lot in the field. I'm out there supporting my team. I'm out there recruiting new people, training new people. I have my local meetings. I have my trainings. And I do a lot of all leads follow-up. So I'm always going to have online appointments and face-to-face appointments because of everything that I generate to my business daily. Lead by example. Do what you want your team to do. And if you're doing an activity that is not duplicatable with your team, consider changing it, and show them that the same way that you're building your business, the same way that you're doubling your first generation, that they can do it too. That if they're making $100 and they want to get to $200, they have to double what they have. Double your business, double your checks, recruit for your first generation, and become the top leader and the leader for your team that you want to be. There's no excuses. You are responsible for what you do, and your team is responsible for what they do. However, they will follow you when you are leading by example. Develop your team, train your team, and never stop recruiting for yourself. So you don't like your checks, you don't like what you're making right now, then do something about it and start recruiting for your first generation. And make sure that you're just not recruiting, that you're also following up and developing and having follow-up conversations that's going to help the new representatives that you're bringing in build their confidence and the vision that they need to make their business work. It's not about just recruiting. It's not about just bringing in team members. It's about to also following up and building superstars on your team. Find out who wants to partner with you, and when they do, partner with them. But in the meantime, don't stay home thinking that you're gonna wait for the right person in your team to tell you I want to work with you. Find them. Go out there and find your team members. Do your field time. Become active in the field. And if you don't like your checks, then double them. Okay? So that is my suggestions. That's how I double my checks with my recruiting. And if I'm not happy with what I'm making, guess what? I need to continue recruiting for my first generation. Those are the ones who I'm going to make the most money. And it's my responsibility as a leader to develop them and teach them that they can too develop a great team, develop their first generation by finding superstars every day and doing their job as a leader, the job that I have taught them and that they see me doing with them. So get excited about your business, get out there, find your superstars, and don't complain. Just keep going. It's worth it. And figure out how much is it that you need so that you can be happy. You are responsible, not your team. Remember that. So happy holidays, everybody. I hope this video helps you. Bye.